Hello and welcome, as it is the 25th day of January 2018. My name is Derek. Like always, everything within your own risk and own reward. This is code VOX. Voxels. I really don't know how it's pronounced, nor is that important for me. It's all about chart analysis. I don't really follow fundamentals, and anyone who may have any information on this, that would be most certainly thankful. I'd be grateful, that is, for any information, because I follow the charts. What I see on this daily time frame was in November, and I've seen this with many codes before, earliest action of something, of maybe people in the know, that is. I don't know what they know. And there was a decent buy in there. The volume in here, and it carried on pretty decent. A very large volume order for this one. Then it breaks this resistance in here, and volume is good in this area here, but it's not as big as the previous points. So this is telling me that the buyers in December were not selling at that much of what they bought during this rally higher. So we're having this occur on the sell-off and all this on lighter volume. So to me, this doesn't look like a situation where somebody of the large owning rather of these tokens are trying to get out at whatever prices that they can, best prices that they can, because this thing has been just terrible. We take a look at this. It's just terrible. And let me just go back to the daily on the log scale, because I had it accidentally turned off. But if price action goes further, and I'll be talking about this, it could easily go down here further. I don't know. And I'm kind of wondering, is this something I want to buy more of? Because as far as my entry amount that I have, if I'm just playing what I call a fooling around position, just a regular small play, I have a lot in position size. If you're talking something I want to be serious with, I barely have much at all. So I can definitely decide if I want to add more within it, then that's in play. And when you look at the moves that we see in here, we'll look at this on the 400-minute time frame before going longer term. You can see with a lot of these cryptos that they have a lot of spike rallies that sell off fast. This happens on many occasions. So when you have sell orders ready in place, you can very easily buy low, sell high for a portion of what you own, and you can do this when you own a lot of something. So this is something that I think is like motivating me to have a decent sized portion of this, and just seeing how this thing goes through. So within a more longer term time frame, again, we're going to take a look at this, say, on a 3-day chart. There was resistance in here, resistance here, two different key levels. Both of them didn't come on the volume that we have now. We can see it was high, but not as high as now just entering in. Okay, this would be fascinating. What I like to see after it consolidates, and it's basically long-term consolidated sideways now, basically since this decline in October of 16. So for a little year and a quarter, we'll say, of consolidating through time, when it breaks that situation, and this is indicating to me that it wouldn't surprise me if this thing even sparks up on even higher volume than what we're seeing later on. That would not surprise me. And then when I see the price areas in which it is at, I mean, this thing, even if it goes up to here, we're talking about 10,000, and that's still a 4x gain. But how many times have you seen 10, 15, 20, 30x gains, 50x gains? So maybe it could even come back to previous levels of where it came from its onset. I'm not saying it will, I'm just saying maybe. And a lot of them, other cryptos, when I say them, have done similar things to such in the past. Let's switch this over to the US dollar next. So same time frame, this is the 3-day chart. And it's came back to its same dollar or US fiat currency number And this says right here, where the price action, if there is any decent sized decline, this might be where it comes down to this previous resistance from last year, which is in at about a dime, we'll say. And that might be a great spot to buy if, of course, this rally, which you can see the volume on here, this is just calculated price based on trading view on the Bittrex chart, but it's something that I think could be there for some spectacular gains. So this is something I'm playing. That's basically what I do. I go through my analysis of how I read the charts. I'm giving you my forecast based on such and all that, what I'm doing. I'm never going to say, oh, you should do this or that, yeah, that yada yada. If you really did ask and I knew you or your situation well enough, I might give you advice, but I don't know anyone on here to be able to give any advice whatsoever. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just on the internet going through these charts and the mathematical numbers game, because it's all a numbers game. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.